Hey, Funk 49 by Joe Walsh. I love this song. I love Joe Walsh. Let's get to it. G string, 7th fret. You're going to bend it up. And then grab the 8th fret of the B string. So bend the 7G and just chop off that 8B. And this time you're going to bend the G7 again, only this time you're going to bring her back down. And then you're going to hit the G5, and if you want to bend that up a little bit too, give that a little bit of attitude, and you can even throw in the open B string there, which is in the song. It can easily sound bad if you don't do it right, but just kind of suggest that open B string a little bit, bend up that G string 5th fret. Then you're going to go back to the G7, bend it all the way up, kind of hold it, and then I think you hit it 4 times as you relax it a little bit each time. So you're just all on that 7th fret of the G string. Now this next part sounds complicated, it's actually not. You're going to hit the 7 and then just kind of roll off to the 5th and then roll off open. That's on the G string. Do the same thing on the D string. In fact, I don't pluck the D string. I just kind of hammer onto that 7, then 5, and then open. So 7-5 open of the G, 7-5 open of the D. And then it resolves on the 6th fret of the G string. So the main riff of the song is barring across the 5th fret of the D, G, and B string and hammer up to the 6th fret of the G string. Simple. And then you're going to bar the 7th fret of those same 3 strings, the D, G, and B, and you'll hit that for just a second. So 5th fret, hammer onto the 6th of the G, and then you hit that 7th fret, go back, do the same thing on the 5th fret. So then you go to the 7th fret, you bar across that again. This time you're going to hammer up to the 8th fret of the B string and 9th fret of the D string. And then you go back to the 7th fret. So you just hammer on for a second on those 2 strings, the B and the D. Go back to just barring across the 7th fret. And then you go back to the 5th fret, hammer back onto the 6th fret of the G string. So lots of hammering on, and it's really just, boy, once you know which fingers you're using, which frets you're hammering onto, it's actually not that hard of a song to play, and as the song implies, it's very funky. So and then I go and kind of resolve that whole riff with just with an A major open chord down there, so it's going to be open A string, and then the D, G, and B string, you're on the 2nd fret. Now, one little thing, when you hammer on up here, when your finger is barring on the 7th fret and you hammer onto the B string 8 and the D string 9, sometimes I'll do them at the exact same time. Other times I will actually hammer onto that D string just a split second early. So I'm kind of like, instead of your fingers going on at the same time, kind of act like you're rolling them. If you're tapping your fingers on the desk, instead of hitting them all at the same time. So just kind of, you don't have to do that, but it just adds a little bit of lilt to the song, and this song is all about lilt. So the next riff there, very recognizable sound. It's going to be your fat 3 strings. You're going to be on your D string, and you're going to go 7-5. And then A string is 7-5-3. E string is 3-5. And then then you just hit an A power chord, which is E string 5th fret, A string 7th fret. And you kind of click into it there. Lots of clicking in the song. So the second time through the riff, you don't hit that A power chord, you just kind of leave it in suspense there and do a little bit of clicking. And so you'll notice I'm not going pluck, 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 pluck. I'm rolling and hammering on. So you can kind of see, again, kind of get a feel for when you can create that note just by hammering on. So it seems like I'm plucking it on the very first note, which is the D7. I hammer on to the A7, and then I pluck A5, A3. I pluck E3 and slide up to E5. You can do it however you want. Just create movement and life with your notes. Move up 2 frets and do the exact same thing. That is the B pentatonic. That is an E7 sharp 9. Very much associated with Jimi Hendrix. So that's a beautiful sound. You can hit that open E string as well. You don't necessarily have to. You can mute it with your thumb if you want. And if you have a little trouble getting to there because he hits that chord really quick, if you can at least get your fingers on A7, D6, G7, those are your 3 main strings. But if you can go ahead and add on that B8, that's what that chord is. Then it goes back into that opening riff where he sings over the top of it. Sleep all day, out all night, I know what you're doing. So then comes the drum solo, which of course no guitar in that, but if you want to, you can add some A chords and then a B chord. If you want to, while they're jamming on the drums. So the guitar solo after the drum solo sounds something like this. So that's going to be the A note on the E string, so that's going to be 5th fret. And then you're going to bend the G and B string on the 5th fret. And then you're going to hit the 5th fret of the D string. The E string, high E string, 15th fret. B string, 15th fret, and you're going to bend it up. And then the 13th fret of the B string to the 14th fret of the G string. And now you're going to hit the A string open and the D string on the 12th fret, and then the D string on the 10th fret, also with the open A string. And then you just kind of mute the strings while you're building up to that, going back into that main riff. So the guitar solo. So that's it, Funk 49 by Joe Walsh. I would like to do more songs by Joe. If you have any requests, let me know. I plan on doing Meadows by him. I love that song. And a few others. So if you have any Joe Walsh requests, let me know. Subscribe if you like, and give me a thumbs up if you like. Over and out from my easy chair.